The internet was thrown into complete chaos after an explosive moment on NBC involving host Karen Mills and New York Assemblyman Zorhan Mamdani. What started as a simple interview spiraled into one of the most dramatic, unexpected, and widely discussed live television moments of the year. Clips of the incident spread across social media instantly, dominating timelines and generating millions of views within hours. People from every political corner rushed to replay, analyze, and debate the footage, turning the moment into a storm of controversy. The interview began calmly. The topic was the rising political tension in the United States and how heated rhetoric is influencing public behavior. The host pressed Mamdani on whether public officials are doing enough to tone down extremism. The first few minutes were normal, even predictable. Mamdani spoke passionately about socioeconomic issues, the role of leadership, and the responsibility politicians have in shaping the national conversation. But something in the tone of the exchange began shifting. His responses became sharper. The host's questions grew more direct. Viewers could feel the tension rising. As the discussion deepened, Mamdani became noticeably more emotional. His voice carried more intensity. He gestured more firmly. The energy in the studio grew heavy. Then came the comment that brought the conversation to a dead stop. Mamdani made a sudden, aggressive remark in reference to former President Donald Trump. It came out fast, unfiltered, and with a level of force that immediately stunned the host. In the viral clip, Karen Mills freezes for a split second, her expression quickly shifting from controlled professionalism to visible shock. She reaches for her earpiece and interrupts him without hesitation. Everything in the studio changed. The mood snapped in half. Mamdani attempted to continue speaking, but the audio started to fade as the host spoke over him. Her voice was tense but firm as she instructed the production team to cut the segment immediately. The screen transitioned abruptly, leaving viewers confused and stunned. When the camera returned to her, she looked visibly shaken. She apologized to viewers and firmly stated that NBC does not condone aggressive or harmful rhetoric in any form. Social media erupted instantly. People who caught the show live clipped the moment and uploaded it across platforms within minutes. The clip became the center of an enormous online debate. Some viewers insisted that Mamdani's comment sounded like a threat, while others argued it was taken out of context and prematurely censored. The fact that the audio cut so fast created even more confusion. Without the full sentence, speculation became unavoidable. Thousands demanded that NBC release the unedited segment, insisting that only the full context would settle the controversy. Political commentators across the internet rushed to give their reactions. News breakdown channels replayed the clip repeatedly, slowing it down, zooming in and pausing at crucial frames to analyze Mamdani's tone, posture, and expression. Body language experts pointed out subtle cues, leaning forward, tightening his jaw, raising his voice, arguing that they signaled rising frustration. Others focused on the host, examining the exact moment her expression changed and she decided to cut the broadcast. NBC has remained careful and limited in its official statements. Behind the scenes, according to people claiming insight into the network's internal discussions, the legal team and senior producers reviewed the footage to assess whether the comment posed any liability. Live news is unpredictable, and broadcasters are trained to react instantly when something crosses a line. In this case, the host had only a split second to decide whether to let Mamdani continue or shut down the segment. Her reaction suggests she believed the statement had gone too far. Supporters of Mamdani online have been quick to defend him. They argue that he was making a broader point about political violence and that his words were misinterpreted because the audio was muted before he could finish. They say that cutting him off mid-sentence created an illusion of danger that may not reflect his actual meaning. Many of his supporters claim the network acted too aggressively and should have allowed him to clarify before silencing him. Critics, however, believe the host acted responsibly. They say that in the current political climate, any hint of dangerous rhetoric has to be controlled immediately. Networks cannot risk airing anything that could be interpreted as a threat or an endorsement of violence. To them, the host's quick response showed professionalism and a commitment to maintaining safe broadcast standards. This disagreement is a major reason the clip has sparked such intense national conversation. As the viral moment spread, it began inspiring broader discussions about the nature of political language in media. Some commentators argue that politicians today speak with much more intensity than in previous years, reflecting the nation's polarization. Others say that networks are becoming overly cautious, jumping to censor anything that sounds controversial. Still others believe this moment reflects a deeper problem: a public that reacts to fragments of conversations rather than full statements. YouTube channels dedicated to politics have dissected the incident from every possible angle. Reaction channels replay the clip in slow motion. Political analysts debate whether the host is biased. Media critics examine NBC's broader editorial decisions. Even comedy channels have created satirical takes on the moment. The clip has taken a life of its own, becoming one of the most discussed political interruptions of the year. Another major part of the controversy is the question of fairness. Some believe NBC would have handled the situation differently if the comment involved a figure less polarizing than Donald Trump. They argue that certain topics or individuals cause networks to react more strongly out of fear of backlash. Others reject this idea entirely, saying the network reacted the same way they would react to any comment that sounded extreme, no matter who it referenced. In the days following the incident, people have continued demanding transparency. They want to know the full context of Mamdani's statement. They want to know whether NBC will release the raw footage. They want clarity on why the host reacted so quickly. They want political figures to address whether rhetoric is becoming too heated to manage on live broadcasts. The debate is not slowing down. It is intensifying. The clip's staying power comes from the fact that it taps into multiple national tensions at once: media censorship, political extremism, personal responsibility, the limits of free speech, and the fragility of live television. It shows how one unexpected remark can stop a broadcast, dominate social media, and ignite national conversation. As of now, people continue searching for the full footage across platforms. While the official uncut segment has not been released, several YouTube channels have shared the televised clip and breakdowns, including major commentary and news clip channels that frequently upload trending political moments. These include political reaction channels, news clip uploaders, and independent commentators who specialize in analyzing live television controversies. This single moment has transformed into a cultural flashpoint, a reminder of how unpredictable live media can be and how quickly a single sentence can reshape public conversation. The debate surrounding it shows no signs of fading as viewers continue to argue about what was said, how it was handled, and what it means for the future of political speech in the media.